What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Les Alex here for Impact Gaming Center. We are live with the fourth and final round of Modern FNM. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you. We've got some really awesome action here for you. This is round 4, not 3, so let me correct that. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. Not round 34. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We got Ben on Boros Energy against Chris on Eldrazi Tron. Both players are 3-0, so of course they are playing for the coveted 4-0 spot here at Impact. We got about 22 players, 20, 22, somewhere in that range. I don't know. But yeah, thank you all so much. We've got Boros Energy versus Eldrazi Tron. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell icon, set it to all so you don't miss out on content like this. Additionally, hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all your Magic the Gathering, TCG, and other gaming, tabletop gaming needs. Whew. Man, I'm really good at that part. Here comes Karn. Take him down. Fetchy fetch. All right. Bolt. Gonna take down the Karn. And back to Chris. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. We've had a good night. A lot of really interesting decks. That round 1 was quite interesting. Or I'm sorry, round 2 between Mono Blue and Affinity. That was a wild one. Definitely go check that out if you're watching on YouTube. Should be out by the time you see this. Probably put it in a card, maybe. Alrighty, back to Ben. I don't know what we're getting at here. Ben is correct, I do believe, though. It is still a mountain land. All right, here is a Johnny Nakatl Pariah. And we're going to exile the Johnny and Scry 3. All right, Chris says he likes them. Let's see what we got going on here on his turn. All righty, over to Chris. Down to 19. Oh, Sewing Michael's Bond gonna blow up the Elegant Parlor. That's pretty good. Oh man, Chris. Off to the races here. Power plant for Chris. Down to 17 goes Bin. Off of the fetch shot. Or, I'm sorry, just the shock here. Looks like maybe in another Johnny going to enter the fray and bring a kitty cat friend along with him. All right, get in the red zone for 2. $17 all here for both players. If you read the card, it explains the card. Sometimes. In this case, it did. It would have explained it. If you read the token, it explains the token. How about that? Tower of Power. Do not have Tron still. Devourer of Destiny is going to exile that. Get in there for 3. Down to 14 goes Bin. Guided Souls inbound. And Static Prison going to take out the Devourer of Destinies. All right, let's see what is in store for Chris this turn. The One Ring to rule them all. Protection trigger. And we'll draw a card almost immediately. Alrighty, back to Ben. Trigger Static Prison, gonna pay for it. Goblin Bombardment. And right back to Chris. So Ben, only having 2 mana has been really rough for him. Four mana here. All right, Sacred Foundry now. Oh, there's Karn. Tick the Karn up. Yep. Sacred Foundry going to hit the Ben. This is going to be rough for... Speaking of Ben, going to be rough for Ben to win this one at this point, I think. All this land destruction from Chris is really hurting him. Looks like he does have a Static Prison in hand, but... Missing land drops plus getting lands blown up is bad news bears, typically. You going to pay the energy on the Static Prison? Oh, he found one. Prison probably going to take out the Thought. Oh, okay. Draw a card thanks to the leaves the battlefield trigger on Thought Not Seer. Karn, you. Two cards in Ben's hand, one of which is a Lightning Bolt. Close command for 4. Chris has got it all here. One, two. Ooh, there's Ulamog. The Ceaseless Hunger. Not sure how much mana Chris can make here, but it's possible. 3 top, 1 bottom. Down to 10 goes Chris. Lightning bolt to finish off the card. All right. Down to 9 off of the 1 ring. Interesting. Did Chris not use the 1 ring at the end of his turn there? Not sure. Ten mana. Ulamog, and yeah, Ben's gonna scoop him up. Ben did want clarification on which permanents Chris was targeting, and it was, in fact, the lands. Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. Game number 1 gonna go to Chris here in round. Whoa, that is like way zoomed in. Hey, hello. Holy smokes. Jeez. What? Dude, I'm having too much fun with this new camera. There we go. What if we do that? I love it. I love it. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. I know I'm being a goofball with this new camera, but thank you all so much for hanging out. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on content like this. If you're watching on Twitch, hey, thank you all so much. Let me know in chat who we got with us. Hey, River, how's it going? Yeah, it was. Yeah. So hot. That was a pretty awesome turn for sure. Oh man. As these players start to sideboard, thank you all so much. Let's kick it down there, and I'll turn the volume up on the players so you can listen in and see what they're bringing in. Chris is up a game. Can Ben bounce back? We'll find out.
I'll be on the and we're going to yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I am in this, on my side, too. Just because it's such a hard matchup. Like, it's not, I mean, we were talking, it's not unlosable. It's not unwinnable for my side, but it feels tough. It feels tough. I mean, I've always struggled against big mana decks, no matter what I play. I don't know, can't beat them.
It's probably like the first big mana deck I can remember playing for a long time. I can see why it's so popular though.
Oh yeah. I mean, playing good cards, ring's good. You can turn 2 ring. Yep. K-Command's nuts. Just can't K-Command if you have protection. You can't make yourself draw or make spawns if you have protection. Just target players. Yeah, it doesn't come up often. It doesn't. Nah, I mean, it didn't happen this game, but it has to be like at a point where like you cast rain and then like pass, and then on there instead K-Command, make yourself spawns. So like you have to have enough mana to do both.
For sure. Yeah, that game I knew I could 4-drop into K-Command, but it was hard into K-Command.
Yeah. Yeah, you aggressively went for that Codan. Oh,
I don't know about it either. Part of me wanted to just be like, only because I've seen you play Blood Moons in the main before, part of me's like, do I just grab a Might? Or do I just grab a Ballistic?
yeah. I mean, both wouldn't have been horrible. I'll keep it.
It's just like,
Yeah, a lot of the Boros lists are moving to sideboard. Partially why that first game felt so bad for me. I mean, I mulled, and then I just never saw a second. Like, I didn't see a second land until you blew up the first one, and I drew a second. It's like, oh, well, that's good.
yeah.
But, you know, I needed to draw the land to do anything, and then I was back to needing to draw action.
I want to keep it so bad just because I know there's like nothing on the line, but
Oh, man. Chris is on a mulligan to 5. This is pretty rough. This is kind of what we saw last round with Hobbs.
but they do help. There's no doubt they help.
Hopefully he can keep 5, and we have ourselves a good game,
You're
too.
better off keeping, like, a lot of land. Like, if you kept, like, you're going to 5, and you kept 4 lands and 1 spell, like, you'd be better off that way.
I didn't even have like anything to do with it until 4 mana. Yeah, it was just like,
You should have kept that. I would have loved that. That would have been awesome. Alright.
ready when you are.
Alrighty. Here we go. Here is round 4, game 2. This is going to be a good one, folks. Hopefully Chris has a playable hand. Guide to Souls is really good for Ben. There's a mine for Chris. Down to 19 off the fetch for Ben. Raptor Boy. Ocelot Pride, okay. $17.21. Jeez. Chris said that's what the deck does. Yes, it is. That is exactly what the deck does. It's gonna be a pretty rough one. All right. Chris is developing his mana here. He's gonna be big time under the gun though. That is a blood moon. Oh boy. That is a blood moon. So much for developing that mana. 7 down to 10 goes Chris. And this is the recipe for success for Ben. He just wants to get a bunch of Kit Kats on the battlefield as quick as possible and start bashing face. Blood Moon, of course, very helpful in this matchup. Two Bone Crushers, 3 Blood Moons. 8 total power on the battlefield currently.
So if I play human, it ends up energy to +2.
So Ben telling him right now, if I can have anything, I can jump my cat or my guide of souls to kill you. Chris is in the tank, as the kids say. All right, well, there's Tron and a 1 ring, so that's pretty good. Another Ocelot Pride. And a Goblin Bombardment. Do we have the City's Blessing? Yes, we do. So Ben explaining what happened last round, the same thing's happening here. Exponential growth, brother. Yeah, that's going to be a Goblin Bombardment. Going to take down yet another game here. This time, Ben going to be the benefactor of the well-timed Goblin Bombardment. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. These games, been kind of one-sided. Got to say, last couple rounds, not excellent watches, if I'm being quite honest. But we appreciate that you're still with us. And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for still hanging out. Hopefully this third game will be a barn burner for you. Alrighty. But yeah, thanks everybody. If you're watching live, make sure to follow. And if you want, consider subscribing. It helps the content. Lets us know we're doing good. So, yeah. Give us some of them Bezos bucks, baby. All right. Let's get back down there. I'm going to turn the volume up on the camera for the players as they sideboard so we can listen on in.
We're tied on 1. Who's winning?
I don't know. I was about to say me, but I don't think so anymore. I'm gonna keep though. See ya.
Pre-game?
All righty. It would appear we have some pregame effects here for Chris. Devourer of Destinies. Both players did keep 7, so that is extremely exciting for all of us. Eldrazi Temple, the land for Chris. Marsh Flat. Oh, maybe not. Down to 17. I guess I should restart this. Both players do have a win here. It is game 3. Ragavan has been casted. Chalice of the Void on 1. That is a big dice. Holy smokes. I appreciate it. All right, Ragavan going to get in the red zone. Down to 18. Top card. Let's see what it is. Sowing Myco Spawn. That boy is very thick. That is quite a thick dice. Plays Arid Mesa and passes back to Chris. Let's see what Chris has got. River of Tears. I forget. Are you local? Ugin's Labyrinth. Exiling Devourer of Destinies. Talisman. Thought Not Seer. Well, Chris is going to see this and just read it and weep. Because that is a great hand. You're going to tag a ring. Alrighty. Crack at the fetch line down to 16 goes Ben. Elegant Parlor. Gonna get some surveil action in here for Ben. Keep on top. Ether Hub enters energy. Ring it up and draw a card. So Ben will have protection. There's the One Ring for those that don't know. Very, very powerful card from Lord of the Rings, The Forgotten Realm. Or, that's not the name of the set. It's the Lord of the Rings, though. So still doesn't have Tron. Has more mana than he should right now, but... Here's a Karn. And back to Ben. Ragavan gonna get in there. play. Gonna take down the Thought-Knots here. Oh, I think Ben should have drawn a card there, but I think he missed it. Chris is consulting his sideboard here. The One Ring. Chris still doesn't have Tron. Here's a Johnny. Pretty good. Pretty good start. Ooh, Ben's challenge checking him here. Chris said trigger. Ben said what trigger? Points to the chalice. I like it. I like the chalice checking. At FNM, gotta love it. All right, right back to Chris. And of course, Ben cannot activate the One Ring currently. Kozilek's coming in for 2 here. Draw 2 off the One Ring. Oh my gosh, are we finally getting Tron here? Chris, are we finally getting Tron? Put that power plant in play, baby. We got Tron. Oh, does he have an Ulamog? That'd be pretty good. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. So 2 lands. Gonna make a red. Ulamog's rough. Been scooped Ulamog last game. A little bit different here, but still a very, very backbreaking play from Chris. Haywire might.
I only let you grab it because you're dominating.
Ben said I only let you grab it because you're dominating right now. But the Chalice does counter your own spells as well.
The thing is, like, if you let me cast a thing through your chalice, that's a sure. If you do this and like if it's like it's not good for me to let you do it. Obviously for you to play, but it's not good for you to possess it.
So Ben explaining here that if Ben gets, Chalice checks and Chris forgets, it's just a missed trigger. But if Chris casts a 1-drop or, Chalice checks himself essentially, it looks pretty sketchy. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that Chris did that as some kind of cheaty thing. It's likely that he probably just forgot about the Chalice because it's easy to forget about. But, yeah. Chris is very obviously visibly frustrated here. There's another 1-drop. It's going to get countered. Another 1-drop. Chalice. All the Chalice checking here. And Ben's going to call it. Chris is going to be our 4-0 thanks to Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Whoo, baby. What an absolute crazy, crazy match. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. I've been Les Alex. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. We appreciate you. Make sure to head on over to impactgamingcenter.gg for all your Magic the Gathering, TCG, and other tabletop gaming needs. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, we stream every single Friday on twitch.tv/impactgamingcenter. So check us out there. 7 p.m. Central is when we start. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And again, hit up impactgamingcenter.gg. We've got a ton of singles, high-end stuff, low-end stuff, whatever you need. If it's Magic the Gathering related, we're going to have it for you. Thank y'all so much, though, for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, watch one of these other videos that are popping up right now. We appreciate you. And until the next time, I will catch y'all on Flippy Flop. Adios.